Hey Shopify users, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can apply different animations to your theme logo or any other image. For example, make it rotate vertically like this, or rotate it like this, or like this. Make it wiggle like this, or make it breathe like this. Okay, so before I get into any of these animations, a couple of important things. One is that you could use the same concept and apply it to any of the images. It doesn't have to be the logo. And first thing what you need to do is you will inspect the image or the logo in my case like this through your browser, and it will open up a tool like this. And every browser has a tool like this, so it doesn't have to be Chrome. And you can see it selects this image, shows this code. Now in this code, what you're going to do is look for something that says class. As you're looking in here, you will see there is right here class. It doesn't always have to be at the end, it can be anywhere in here. So you are going to copy what is inside the quotes, this part. Now there's a possibility you might have a couple of these. Then in that case, you will copy the last one, and I can show you an example quickly. Like this icon up here, I'm going to inspect that. You see this is an SVG file, and in here you're going to see a class right there. In this case, it's in the beginning, and you can see in here it says icon space icon dash card dash empty. So in this case, you would select the last part, like this icon dash card dash empty. It's also possible you might have a few, so always select the last one. All right, so now let's go back into modifying the code, and of course we will go into our code, and I am going to put all this code in base.css. I'm sure you guys know how to get to the code of your files, and right here at the bottom I am going to add some code for our first animation, which is going to be rotate this on the horizontal axis. So I am going to paste that class I copied with a dot like this, and then brackets, and enter in here. Now you have this space in here, and here I'm going to paste a bit more code, and that will be this right here like this. Now you see this rotate on X. This here is I'm naming this animation, and I have to provide more details about it right underneath how it is going to behave. And how we're going to do that is by adding this. Now if I save here, go back, check, there you go. See how logo starts to rotate. Now a couple of things I'm going to explain here, and these will apply to each and every type of animation that I'm about to show you. So one is that you can control the speed of that animation. Right here you see 1 second. I could change this to 5 seconds and save it, and you will see the speed of this animation now will be reduced. Let me refresh one more time. It wasn't saved. Refresh, there you go, and you can see how slow it's moving now. Now one more thing also I want to show you is you might not want that to be animated all the time. Maybe you want it on, say, a hover, right? So what you're going to do is this class that you copied here, you are going to add a colon and then hover like this. And now let me show you the effect of this. Here, refresh again. You can see that the logo isn't moving anymore now, but I hover over it. Look at that. And there you go. So you can play around with these few things according to your needs. And I will also leave a link. You could study more about these CSS animations, the details of how you can control this. All right, moving on to our next animation. And next one, we are going to rotate this logo on vertical axis, y-axis, I should say. So let's do that. Back in the code here, and I am going to keep it the same way and name this rotate on Y, and then this is going to be the same one down here like this, and then change this down here to just Y like this. And now we need to get rid of the X is in there. Okay, oops, and rotate Y like that. Okay, rotate on Y, this is the name of the animation, and this is, you cannot change, this has to be rotate Y. All right, save, and let's go back and check this. Of course, I haven't removed the hover, so this is still on hover. I go back here, look at that, now it's rotating on the y-axis. So go back, I'm going to remove the hover. Back in here, I'm going to remove the hover and then save. Go back, refresh. Look at that, so now it doesn't need the hover, it's rotating at all times. And again, you can control the speed the same way if you wanted to. Moving on to our next animation, we're gonna rotate this on Z-axis now. So go back in here, change the name in here to rotate on Z, use the same one down here, and then we are going to change this to rotate Z. Save this, go back here, refresh. There you go. Now it is rotating on the Z-axis. So again, you can do it just on hover, same thing. And next animation I'm going to show you is how to make this logo a bit like it wiggle. So this one is going to be slightly different code. Going back in here, what you're going to do first is change this code in here to be, I'm going to name this different. I am going to name it, say, wiggle, and just like before, we are going to use the same name down here like this, but this time instead of just this, like two like this, we need to provide a bit more information, and I am going to paste all that in here. What you can do is, if your animation isn't just like one sequence, you want to specify different things like this. Basically, you're telling us 0% do this, when it's 25% do this. So like I said, you can read more details about this, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you the code. So here it is, wiggle. I am going to save it and go back, and I am going to refresh the page, and let's see what we have. Look at that, it wiggles. And going back in here again, I am going to speed this up a bit, save, and again, of course, you can do this on hover also. There you go, look at the speed increase. All right, now last animation I'm going to show you is make this breathe, come in and out. So how we're going to achieve that one is go back in the code, and down here I'm going to name this breathe, and then of course use the same here, and this time I'm going to have slightly different values, same way it's percentages but different than this, so it'll be like this. Now again, you can bring this whole code together, clean this up however you want. I am just copy pasting right now and don't want to waste time on video while I get it all formatted, so just save it and take a look back here, refresh, Look at that. There it is. And so this is how you can apply these different animations to the logo. I am using Dawn theme. You can do the same for any theme you have. If you just follow the steps I told you in the beginning, you just need to copy the right class, which is this one I have here for the logo. And if you hear my dog barking in the back, I apologize. It's very hard to get them to stay quiet at all times. And going back in here, one thing I want to show you, just like I told you, you can do this to any of the images. I would like to show you that. So this icon here, what we are going to do is we're going to animate this. So click on this. Earlier I showed you this was the class. I am only going to copy this second one, last one in there, and go back in here, and instead of this here, so you see this is the class, and I am going to paste the one I just copied instead. So now I'm doing everything, but I'm not applying it to the logo, I'm applying it to that cart image. And we go back, refresh. Okay, see, nothing's happening here because we removed all that. We just tied it to this icon. Now look at that icon right there. So there you go, just like that, just a little bit of code. You wanna do some things like this, add animations to your theme, you can do that very easily. Thank you for watching, and give me a thumbs up if you like videos like this, and I will see you in the next video.